How you doing? Today I'll be teaching you or showing you about my client. She's a 19-year-old volleyball player. She has a few years of, experience on her belt, about 5 or 6 years. She's 19 once again, so she'll be going to her first year of college. We've talked about having a goal together. She wants to increase her vertical, 2 to 3 inches before she plays her first season of collegiate level ball. And we've talked about some goals once again. Kind of why plyos work or how this would be beneficial, especially for volleyball. You have to do a lot of jumping, especially her position is outside here, so she'll be outside jumping a lot, and she'll be having to block some of those volleyballs. So that'll be really important for plyometrics. It really comes in handy. So first one of our goals, increasing her lower body power. We've talked about that. Improving her rate of development. I'll be monitoring that over a span of months, right before her, her first thing. Improving her vertical, of course, because she wants to be able to jump, transferring, blocking, hitting, performance. She wants to do good her first year, so that's what we've talked about. How I'll kind of structure these, once again, there's 3 different low intensity, mid intensity, and high intensity jumps. She's a little bit older. Once again, she has some experience under her belt, so I'll kind of be putting her between the mid and high. Just monitoring all the the 3 different phases, the eccentric and the concentrics, of course, also improving the explosiveness, because plyometrics is really explosive. Like I said, you want minimal contact on the ground, of course. Some of the work ratios, like the work recovery rate for her, I'll probably tend to pay some mind to it, especially the first few times, but I'll start her off with maybe a 1-to-1, 2-minute or 2-1, maybe 2 minutes on, 1 minute off, 1 minute 30. It just depends how, what we're kind of doing in that. The agonist and antagonist, I'll be kind of having her do, like I said, maybe a 2-to-1 ratio between, like, the primary, for jumping, like quads, the glutes, the calves, and obviously antagonist muscles, hamstrings, in the anterior at the end. So I'll be kind of, going between most of that and figuring out, how she works. But definitely you don't want to overload, the antagonist and the agonist at the same time, because then you'll be firing all these muscles, and it can cause injuries. The type of transition I'll be using, fast transitions, because once again, this is plyometric training, especially during like depth drops, box jumps, fast transitions between these workouts, because we want minimal contact on the ground. It's like I said, it's quick twitch, it's volleyball. You want to be able to get off the ground really fast, react really fast. So just kind of doing that to, directly improve, her vertical height. Some of the types of recovery I chose, after she cools down from all I'll be having her do depth drops, box jumps, and I'll have her do like some volleyball kind of reactions right over the net. Kind of goes with like the plyometric, like quick jumps right over the net. So I'll be kind of involving like her sport into it, which would be really cool and really beneficial, because she'll be able to work on her sport while also doing plyometrics at the same time, plyometric training at the same time. So types of recovery I chose is stretching for sure. And I know this from an athlete and an on-court athlete. Stretching is very vital. Stretching is vital for any sport, but stretching is really important for on-court athletics, because you're doing a lot of jumping, a lot of tension on your legs, quads, a lot of tension, because like I said, volleyball, you're doing a lot of jumping, running, spiking, so you have a lot of load on your legs. So stretching, very beneficial. After she finishes her workout, I'll have her slow down with a jog, maybe a 3 to 5 minute walk, just kind of cooling her down. Then she goes into her stretches. I think that'll be very beneficial. So the choice of weight I have for her, we won't be doing any dumbbells, none of that. We won't be doing any weights. Now we'll be doing body weight only, because plyometrics, that's really beneficial. Now maybe down the line I will have her do a weighted vest jacket, and I think that will really help her. But definitely to start off, I'll just be doing just her body weight. I don't want to put any force on any dumbbells or anything. We don't need any of that. So we're just gonna be doing body weight for the choice of weight. The rep max scale, we'll be having to do about 7 to 8 reps. Especially for these depth drops, we'll be having her do about 10, 12. Honestly, I'd probably leave her at about the 8 to 12 range. She is advanced, so she's able to handle that load. and then 2 to 3, or not 2 to 3, 3 to 5 maybe on the cool down. If I put a weighted vest on her, so I think the intensity, she's like I said, she's older. We'll be kind of bring that up to 70, 75%, but you don't want to hurt yourself. So yeah, about 70 range. She's going hard and understanding. That's what we need to do. Some of the safety measures, like I said, I'll be checking her heart rate. Make sure she's hydrated while she's doing these workouts, while also giving her full effort. You don't want to half do them because you won't be getting any much better. So how kind of these agonist muscles kind of create force, the eccentric contraction. That occurs like during the landing phase, like when you touch the ground. Quads and glutes, they all kind of absorb that force before you get right back up. The isometric, occurs like as soon as you do the phase as jumping between up and down, and the concentric is right when you take off. The explosive, that's like one of the main parts. That's what we really want to work on, exploding up, because she wants to work on getting higher and jumping higher. So the movement pace, like I said, we'll be moving pretty fast, and the safety measures. Also, I'll be attending to that. And honestly, I think that's a lot of what I've covered for her, and I think she'll be doing great. Some of the measurements taken also, I forgot about that. We'll be measuring her every week to see how close she's been getting to that goal. Once a week for sure. Or maybe I'll just have her send me we're just going to do it every week. Maybe have her send a video, take a video every time she does it, like, this is where your progress is, over this course of this time. And hopefully she achieves her goal, and we will get her there. So thank you so much.